Now Fabinho on the ball. And Liverpool being lulled into this sort of walking game. They don't want to do that. They up the ante, really. Alexander-Arnold the ball scraped back, and Mendy watched it over his shoulder. Eventually that ball will hop out. Yeah, it's slow play from Real Madrid, and Liverpool can't get lulled into that. When the cross comes in there for the first time, I think Courtois made a mistake just shoveling that ball out. It could have gone anywhere, and it did, but not to a Liverpool player.
Like I say, the pace on it from Alexander-Arnold maybe chose against it. He had to catch it with his hand stretched going away from his body, and if he fumbles that when he's going to ground, rushing in, Salah might have just had a simple tap in. So playing it safe, taking that risk, but it's paid off in the end. And you're right, Liverpool, they are sort of lulling into that walking pace football, and that's what Real Madrid want. They're so experienced, about 4 players with over 100 appearances in the Champions League. They know what they're doing, they know how to play the game, and I won't say Liverpool are falling for it, but Liverpool are playing in a favour that suits Real Madrid's tactics for tonight.
Militao has made a mistake there, and he's come out to put pressure on Diaz. The two have tangled, and then Militao has gone down. There's no doubt that he's been caught, and there's no doubt that hurts. It doesn't make it a free kick, and it certainly doesn't make it a card, but he went down anyway. We'll take another look at the incident.
Well, he went down holding his head.
Well, to start off with, it was a foul, and then Diaz falls on top of him. I mean, undoubtedly it's going to hurt, but that was because Militao in the first place had made a mistake. I didn't think he fouled Diaz, so if there was any justice, it would be a Liverpool free kick.
He brought Luis Diaz onto himself, didn't he? As he was falling over the Colombian, trying to hook round Diaz. He did well to shield the ball, and he had to try jump and hook round onto him, and then he brought Diaz down onto his own face. So you're right, it is probably a Liverpool foul, but because Militao came off worst, referee's gone the other way.
Well, the referee played on initially, so
head injury,
yeah, one of those things. He stopped it. We don't know how they're going to restart, but then there was a lot of pressure on the referee from the Real Madrid players to say, "Oh, look what he's done," and that obviously then, Henderson and some of the Liverpool players run over as well. I think it's fair enough for the skipper to do that. And then, of course, Carvalhal is pushing Henderson in the chest. You get all that. Both sets of fans now making a bit of noise in the stadium as Van Dijk wins a header. The next one is won by Casemiro. Militao running gingerly away as Liverpool pick the ball back up. 57 minutes gone at the Stade de France. It is 0-0 as Henderson now has the ball, straightens up. Casemiro does really well. Now goes back to Militao, just stabs it up in the air. That's not good enough. But neither is Konaté's header. Benzema very nearly gets it, but it breaks back to Fabinho, seen as much of the ball as anybody. Mane is dropped deep to pick the ball up. Now Henderson now Salah right hand side, just the edge of the area. Trent Alexander-Arnold trying to get the ball into it. Salah tries to get a shot away, has a couple of efforts there, ball blocked. He's claiming handball in there. VAR might take a look at that. Nobody's really interested. This referee looks disinterested. Let's take a look. Now the ball had come off the thigh of Ferland Mendy, I thought there.
But even if it did, the arm was tucked in. It was the arm was tucked into the stomach of Alaba, so he hasn't made his body shape any bigger. His hands are out, he's tucked in, so VAR and the referee shouldn't be given that.
Militao takes a bit of a risk there, and Diaz was something a mistake, but he got rid of the ball to Carvalhal, who's had a strong game. Casemiro now finds Modric, and he's put under instant pressure by Robertson. This is Scottish skipper chases him out, but he finds a good ball to Carvalhal, who in turn finds Casemiro. It's much better from Real Madrid now. Valverde right hand side, Chancellor go. He's got 2 bodies in the box, 3 bodies now. So comes it. Oh, he's put it to the back. With the tap in, they'd fallen asleep. The paceman on the left-hand side was left to his own devices, and he's tapped the ball the back of the net.
Yeah, in front of their own fans as well. Initially, I thought Valverde held on for it too long. Benzema was screaming for it, just a nice little it through, pass at the front post. Valverde's obviously ignored him and seen Vinicius Junior on the far side, pinged it across low and hard, in between the back four and the goalkeeper, right across that corridor of uncertainty. Here comes up the replay. Vinicius Junior out wide. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he has one look over and he gets sucked into following Benzema, doesn't he? Alexander-Arnold freezes the frame there. Vinicius Junior is onside for my eyes, and yeah, like you say, simple tapping. Alexander-Arnold's let him go. He hasn't gone back out wide to mark him.
Yeah, big mistake that, big mistake. And
so no chance.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, it's a smashing ball. We talked about Valverde being a weak link, but it all opened up ahead of him. No pressure on the ball, and he's able. I'm not sure whether he really did see the man he wanted there, but he fires the ball hard across the face, and it just doesn't give Trent Alexander-Arnold any kind of chance. He was caught ball watching there, wasn't he? Vinicius Junior then, side foot finish. And there we go, first goal of the game, and it's a big Real Madrid. Saves out.
Huffing and puffing for an hour, and they haven't blown the house down yet at all. And you're thinking, what more can they do, really? Because Real Madrid have, I wouldn't say they've matched anything, but they haven't looked them out of a hole twice. But other than that, Real Madrid have been comfortably, especially in this half. Courtois has yet to make a real save, but just what do Real Madrid do now? Do they sit back? Well, they're playing a nice little triangle on this in front of Ancelotti, so has it given them an oomph to go get a second one?
I don't think so. I think they play exactly the way that they've been playing. Don't forget, they've been belt braces all day. You said it. Oh, they're going to try and nick a goal. Well, they've just nicked one. And all the way through the entire game. I feel there's maybe a twist and a turn more. Dig in as Fabinho almost rugby tackled there. That got to be a yellow card, surely. Referee's just given a free kick. Wow, the Reds have it now with Alexander-Arnold. I don't feel that Liverpool are getting much out of the referee out there today. Anyway, they'll have to find their own answers, won't they? Maybe without too much help from the referee. As Diaz trying to turn. I've been disappointed with Diaz today, but for Liverpool it's to play some more juggernaut football. And for the moment, I would say, Max, that they've lost their way.
They have, yeah. They haven't come out with this. They haven't matched their first half performance as of yet. Granted, it took them. I think it was around about now, sort of this time in the first half, where they had that 3 chances within 5 minutes or so, forcing Courtois into some good saves, and Henderson had that shot from outside the block. But they haven't looked like creating anything of their own. As Henderson now brings it over on the right-hand side, but they haven't shown anything as of yet to match the first half performance.
Here's Salah with a shot, comes in and saved by Courtois, diving to his right-hand side. That was better.
Yeah, right on cue.
Yeah, you talked him into that, didn't you? But well, Salah looks up. They just need a little bit of luck, don't they? Salah has played well today. Left foot strike was going in, wasn't it? And it's a real good save that from Courtois. Anyway, 64 minutes on the clock, and Liverpool then being urged on by their fans.
I was listening to a podcast today, and they were interviewing Toni Kroos, and the interviewer said, I spoke to Courtois yesterday, and I said to him, who are the 3 most influential players in the Champions League campaign? And straight off the bat, Courtois said himself. So he's not short of confidence, and he has been influential in this game. He's dug Real Madrid out of a few holes, made some good saves, and there was another one just then.
Here is Salah again. This time was he caught by Vinicius Junior? Yes, he was. It's a free kick for Liverpool. The edge of the air. I said that the referee wasn't going to give him any favours, but just level things up a little bit there.
Yeah, it was a foul. Salah did really well. Just showed it to Vinicius and then just got his left foot on it, dragged it the other way, goes down, hands up to the assistant referee. Whistle goes. First change for Liverpool coming up.
Yep, and it's Luis Diaz, who hasn't had much of a game, the Colombian. Diogo Jota comes on. I was thinking about him, and I like Jota. I think he's a good player. I would have brought Firmino on, put Mane out inside that left position where he goes so well. Diaz has come up against somebody today in Danny Carvajal, who's got a world of he drops on onto it, the former Chelsea man. He does a good job.
He does, yeah, and he's just the time wasting tactics are going on, sort of catches it and then falls to the floor. And he had one chance. Say Carvajal for me has been the player of the match in this opening 67 minutes. Of course, there's still a long time to go, still time for a match winner. But he had one opportunity to run at Luka Modric in the second half, and he kind of got stuck underneath. He didn't really know what to do into the penalty area, and that just sort of summed up his night as Liverpool continue to hunt for this equalising goal.
They do, and Salah has a foul. Cruz's got goal side of him, did well. Before that, we saw a stupid foul from Vinicius Junior in the middle, and the referee decided to ignore that because Liverpool still had the ball. I just wonder, is somebody going to, play a big part coming off the bench? Maybe it's going to be Jota's day. I haven't seen him touch the ball yet. Anyway, we are this game. And at the Stade de France, it's Liverpool 0, Real Madrid 1. I'm John Hogan, and to take us through to the end of 90 minutes now is Max Hunter.
Thank you, John. Just see pictures. I think it was Claude Makelele. One Carlo Ancelotti love Claude Makelele just to be sitting in front of his back four this evening. They scored the final 20 minutes as Militao goes down to a challenge from Jota, but he hasn't won the free kick this time. It looks like it will be a corner to Liverpool. Jota making an instant impact as Van Dijk and Kanate cut up from the back. They need a goal. Obviously they need a goal sooner rather than later, and they need a goal to get back in it. And a set piece now as the big men from the back come up, and they say Liverpool do have that height advantage. In it comes, doesn't get past the first man now as Carvajal heads it clear, and it's picked up by Thiago. Just gets there and gives it back to against Casemiro. Liverpool just need to turn up the dial here. Real Madrid have lulled them into their sort of walking pace kind of football this evening, and they just need to move it around quicker, force the players in white into a jog, stretch them out. We know Liverpool can do that. In comes to corner again. It's a better one. Kanate almost gets there first, but it's more up than out. Fabinho heads it back into the mixer, and then I think it was Alaba who eventually got it clear. Vinicius Junior does really well to shield the ball, but not well enough. Salah back to goal on the right hand side. Henderson comes towards support. First time ball to the back post. Jota heads it back across goal. Can Salah get there? He can, but it's Couture in the post combined to keep out the Egyptian, and another chance comes and goes for Liverpool.
Yeah, he just got a little flick near post. Couture was just across there. I mean, Thibaut Courtois, he's going to end up man of the match the way he's gone. He's 3 really good saves from him tonight. He's keeping his team in it.
Valverde ball in. Vinicius Junior was free on the back, but it was an extremely difficult ball for the right winger to execute. And Real Madrid are a little bit stretched there, and Cruz does a tactical foul, but referee says play on. In fact, I don't think he even blew for the foul, and that just slowed it down and allowed the Real Madrid midfield to get back in position. And again, there's more white shirts than red around the penalty area, and Liverpool just missed a trick there. That Real Madrid they're leaving themselves they're leaving the door half open when they go upfield in this second half, and Liverpool they're not moving it at the same intensity that we're used to, John. And Real Madrid, they know how to play the game, Real Madrid, don't they? And look at this, they're all back in position.
Yeah, they're a good savvy team. They know exactly what they're doing and how they want to play the game. They're trying to gain the energy of Liverpool by just walking, shuffling back. It's lulling Liverpool into more slow play. Liverpool just need to get on it, and we're looking at what Salah did there, but Courtois just covered that post, hasn't he? He got round there. Look at the desire of the big man. He's actually saved that with his leg, because that was going in, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. The left calf saves Real Madrid, keeps that clean sheet with 20 minutes to go, and again, Liverpool are having the possession and having the chances, but it all seems to be well within Real Madrid's stride. There don't seem to be any nervous or any shouting and arguments on the pitch. They're all happy with each other and how it's going so far, as Alexander-Arnold fails to control that ball, and Mendy picks it up with ease. And Real Madrid, they're moving the ball a little bit quicker. Maybe that goal's just giving them a bit of confidence, but you're playing for Real Madrid. What more confidence do you need as Modric finds a fine ball out to Vinicius Junior, running at Kanate. Here we go, the first time we've seen the Brazilian stretch his legs out. Great tackle from Kanate. Canate. Vinicius Junior won round one of that battle, got past him into the D of the penalty area, and Canate well-timed challenge to bring him down, but fairly.
Yeah, that's why he's in ahead of Matip. He's got star quality, hasn't he, alongside Van Dijk. Very difficult to beat those guys, but of course they didn't need to. You know, the ball that came in just had to catch out the fullback, and you know, we're all big fans of him going forward, Trent Alexander-Arnold, but you always got to keep your eyes open as a defender, and I didn't feel he did that particularly well when Vinicius Junior got past him for a tap-in for a 1-0.
Benzema goes down on a challenge from Van Dijk, and our referee Clement Turpin goes for a foul there on the Real Madrid skipper this evening. Van Dijk, no complaints there. Quickly turns around and jogs back to position, and you're just looking at the Liverpool bench. He's already Klopp's made one change, obviously. You get a 5 total in the UEFA competition this season. He's got Firmino. Who else has got an attacking wise? You probably say Firmino's probably the next one he can bring on as a long ball over to Vinicius Junior. It's just been cut out in time for Alisson. What he can bring on?
Well, I mean, he's got somebody who's quite offensive. Oxlade-Chamberlain and also Jones. You know, you're looking for a drive from midfield. I mean, Henderson has played pretty well today, but is he ever going to get you that goal? You know, somebody like Oxlade-Chamberlain, like Jones, is going to pot shot. Maybe he's got a chance. I guess it's more likely that a more seasoned pro like Keita would come on. I don't know. It's interesting.
I'm looking at thinking, is the players on the bench, are they going to make the 11 out there? You say this is the Liverpool's best 11 on the pitch right now, minus Jota for Firmino. It's like we said, we'd rather see Firmino come on and play through the middle and Mane go out to the left. As Alexander-Arnold does well, gets round one Real Madrid player, but Mendy comes over sliding in, and it's a fantastic challenge, and Alexander-Arnold not too happy, points the finger straight into the face of the Real Madrid left back, saying that's not on, but evidently it is. I'm not with you there, Trent. It's a fine tackle in my eye. So bit of handbags really going there as Mane brings the ball into the box, but a heavy touch allows Toni Kroos to come in, and Real Madrid again clear their lines. Fabinho hooks the ball back towards the Real Madrid goal, but again Real Madrid are defensively equal to this as Robertson now running into the penalty area, picks up on a mistake by Carvajal, but again another player in white is in the way. Henderson, what can he create? Brings it over to Alexander-Arnold, slips it through the legs of Mendy, but no Liverpool player on the end of it, and that's this team story of the night. Alexander-Arnold slides up a shot deflection maybe from Jota, but the Portuguese man reached out a leg, but he looks like he didn't get anything on it.
It's a real poor shot from Alexander-Arnold, isn't it? I don't know what was on his brain there. He clearly got just wound himself up there. I think there's no point feeling sorry for himself, because you could say he was at risk for the, he was culpable for the goal perhaps. He's got to get his head back in the game. Does look like Naby Keita's going to come on, doesn't it? Maybe for Thiago, there was some doubt about with those two which would start. Maybe Jordan Henderson as well. I'm not sure what the next move is for Liverpool.
That's just, I think, I don't want to say Liverpool, that passage of play, they seemed to run out of ideas. They were going from side to side and didn't really know what to do with it, and maybe that's why Alexander-Arnold rushed blood to the head, thinking, right, I'm just going to have to go for goal here because nothing else is working. And again, that falls into the lap of Real Madrid. If the fuses are starting to go with Liverpool players with 15 minutes to go, and they haven't had a good chance in a while as Kroos goes down holding his left ankle. Referee blows for a foul in his favour. Sadio Mane, the guilty party, studs up, both going for the bouncing ball. It's just one of those accidental ones. We also see Firmino getting some last minute instructions as well.
Firmino's a good strong player, isn't he, through the middle? They need goals. He holds up the ball well, he fights hard for the team, he's a good link player. I'm surprised we didn't see him a bit sooner.
So I guess those substitutions will be made after this free kick, as Liverpool have to defend this. Only Benzema and Vinicius Junior leading the line as it's taken quickly. Casemiro dribbling in the back post. He plays it back when he should have had a shot on goal himself, the Brazilian. Could that be the turning point of the game? It could be 2-0 to Real Madrid. He was taking it on the volley 8-9 yards out, and he's decided to square it back to Benzema. And
what on earth did he do that for?
That's the problem of a defensive midfielder. But a ball over the top, Vinicius Junior, flag goes up for offside.
Yeah, just. I mean, we can look down the line there. It's a beautiful cut pitch tonight, broad lines, and he clearly had just stepped over it. But before that, the break, Casemiro into the box, and his touch lets him down on his left foot. He's just thinking about safety, percentage ball in the box, rather than having the ambition to go for it. You'd have thought there he would have liked to have just had a swipe at that. Anyway, Keita is on for Henderson, and we're just about to see Firmino come on as well, and he comes on for Thiago.
So it's going to have to be, we say Jota goes back into a midfield role maybe. Mane over to the left. Midfield two of Keita, Fabinho. And Jota just playing slightly above them in the central, you think? But definitely attacking changes by Klopp. Obviously, he's got just over normal time.
Yeah, it's asking a lot, but he's got a good team out there, strong subs to bring on, fresh legs and all that, and they needed him because they were just beginning to look maybe a little bit tired.
Yeah, you could tell recently that they're just noticed they were going a bit sideways a bit more, running out of ideas. So fresh leg, fresh brain, new ideas. Obviously with new instructions, they combine Keita and Firmino. Do well so far. Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti yet to turn to his bench. Firmino picks it up in the middle of the park, but is intercepted by Alaba. Alaba can't keep hold of the ball as Mane brings it over to Alexander-Arnold, fires across on the half volley. I thought he was lining up to go for goal himself there, but plays it across the 6-yard line into a heavy crowd, and Real Madrid get it clear. And Vinicius Junior has been brought down by Fabinho. Fabinho, actually no, he's been told to get up, so why has he not been booked for simulation?
Yeah, he was cheating there and he should have got a card.
Firmino gets away from one, over to Robertson. Ball into the box towards Salah. Firmino has had to stop to readjust put his foot back in his boot. Maybe that's a slight hindrance to that attack, but the Brazilian number 9 back on the ball, strikes for goal, left-footed. Doesn't get past the first man, throw in Liverpool.
Yeah, and they need to know the kitchen's sinking now, and their fans are making a load of noise. Real Madrid have nicked a goal. They've been savvy and pragmatic, but I don't like that. I want the team, who are driving forward to be the dominant team. They've done all the hard work. Can they get a goal?
Into the box, and it's put behind again. Jota has definitely made a bit more of an influence, as well as Firmino's been very active, but maybe an offside flag has been raised. Just see Jota dancing into the box, and you say Firmino's
right offside in that. One of the Real Madrid players is down. Playing for time or not, I don't know.
He's on his back was Militao, and I think he...
Oh, he's all right now.
Yeah, it looked like he was doing that hand rotation, say, I want to come off, ref, and then maybe the ref's just... He was over there with him and said, if you're down for one more second, you're getting a booking, and never seen a player instantly get to his feet, so he's suddenly that substitution's no longer needed. We've got 10 minutes to go. Courtois, left-footed, high up the field, looking for Valverde. Nowhere near Valverde. He doesn't compete for that against Andy Robertson. And it's now with Alexander-Arnold in the middle of the park. We just see the attempts. Liverpool have had 17, Real Madrid 2, and they've got the one goal, and that's football. As Firmino, Salah combined to shoot and goal is Jota. I don't know if he meant to get in the way of it, but he got away with it. That pointed it towards goal, and wanting to catch, he's just punched it behind. And you say maybe that's the right decision that time.
Well, it's rolling in again, isn't it? It's a save that he has to make, and so far he's been near perfect. I mean, he made one slight mistake, but I'd still be giving him 10 out of 10 tonight.
Alexander-Arnold tries to savvy free corner on the floor towards the near post, and I don't know if that was deliberate or not, but still a throw-in for Liverpool. As actually the referee's just paused it. Is he saying it was a throw-in for Real Madrid? Alexander-Arnold is Alexander-Arnold is he's the first Liverpool player to show stress and anxiety, and maybe just start to lose his head a little bit to the ref to have a word with. But it's actually remained a Liverpool throw, so I don't know what the referee disliked about the first throw, and it was taken in the right place. But Mane on the ball, left hand side, slipped it through to Firmino to the byline. Can it pull it back for Liverpool? Man pulls back to Keita. It's way over the bar. Tried to go the outside of the boot. Initially, I don't think Firmino was looking for him, but it ended up to him anyway.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh no!
He's wing.
Shape it like that Modric assist we've seen earlier, would play it with the outside of the boot, but it's actually hit the inside of his boot and gone way towards the corner flag. And another chance comes and goes for the side in red. And again, Real Madrid get the ball long, look to compete for it into the midfield. They're showing a bit more battle and metal in the middle of the park this time as Casemiro wins the ball, but then immediately loses it for a long ball over the top to Mo Salah to chase, brings it down first time, fantastic touch by the Egyptian, strikes and goal, good save again, just get past the top corner and he's blocked by a combination of three Real Madrid players and he shrugs them off, saying job's not done, we've got a corner to defend.
Wow. I mean, Courtois has just been on it. He's 10 out of 10 tonight, isn't he? Unfortunately for Liverpool's point of view.
Alexander-Arnold shooting towards the Liverpool fans. They're all behind that goal, begging it to come in, and it's a corner. It was behind everybody. They were in the 6-yard box, and Alexander-Arnold went to the penalty area, but Mane picks it up into Firmino. Firmino's come deep for Fabinho. Mo Salah picks it up as well. It's not a great ball, but Keita looks after it really well. But then the give and go with the Egyptian falls short. Vinicius Junior. But now with Cruz, but Cruz can't go and get rid of it quickly. He hasn't got the legs to spread the play. Benzema just overplays it.
Oh, 3 against 1 there. That should have been the game right there, Max. They're on top. This game is really getting stretched now, isn't it? But, you know, there's no doubt there, Real Madrid have had few chances, but 3 against 1 at that point, and they made a right hash of that. Yeah, no other Real Madrid player came running forward as Alisson got the ball up there quickly. You could just see 7 Real Madrid players all in a line, way inside their own half going, "No, we're going to leave you to it." And we just see this chance again. Look at it. Mo Salah brings it, pulls it 1 foot, shoots the other. But what a save again. I mean, Courtois has just been outstanding tonight, and he's going to be the man of the match, you know.
If it stays the same.
Yeah, well, I think you'd have to do a lot wrong, wouldn't he, from here on in, not to be made man of the match.
Yeah, so Liverpool have got just over 6 minutes to find an equaliser. 6 minutes of normal time, and it looks like Camavinga is potentially going to be the next man to come on for Carlo Ancelotti. As Vinicius Junior brings up on the left hand side. Benzema is there in support, but he hasn't got much support, and he does really well to win a throw for his side, and he shouts at his players on the halfway line saying, "You need to create an angle for me." As Camavinga will surely be coming on now as the passage in play, and just see trying to make out the number of the fourth official's ball, but the numbers are flashing, and it's Valverde, and Valverde, conveniently for you Liverpool fans, is on his bum and will have to exit the field of play.
Yeah, absolutely. He was quiet, but he's got an assist in the Champions League final. I didn't think